Welcome, dear students. Today I am here with you with the topic vapor absorption refrigeration system. So let us discuss on this topic. First of all, we will discuss the methodology, the components that we are using here for the vapor absorption refrigeration system. So this is the oldest method, as we all know, for producing the refrigerating effect. Here we only have some changes as we used in the vapor compression refrigeration system. The compression of the vapor compression refrigeration system here has been replaced by the four of the component. One is the absorber, second is the pump, third is the generator, and fourth is the expansion valve or the pressure reducing valve. And this vapor absorption refrigeration system uses the heat energy instead of mechanical energy as we use in the vapor compression refrigeration system in order to change the condition of the refrigerants. And this system is used in both applications, domestic as well as industrial refrigerating plants. Uh, Now let us discuss about the working, how it works out. Uh, so first of all, we will talk about the evaporator from where the refrigerant in the form of vapor has been drawn by the observer. And there the big solution of the ammonia and water has the vapor coming from the evaporator and it start mixing with the water. It makes the strong solution slowly and then it converts ultimately into the strong solution. What does the strong solution here mean, boys? Strong solution means that have the saturated mixture of the ammonia in the water, and that cannot be and hold more than that particular amount of ammonia if we want to add further in that particular water. So that is the strong solution that has the maximum ammonia that can be held by it is called the strong solution, and this strong solution is further pumped to the generator where it is heated by some external sources, and external sources can be anything that may be the heating coil, the solar by the solar stapler, or by we can apply the heat by using the fossil fuel. It may be the any source. Then during the heating process, the vapor refrigerant is driven off by the solution and enters into the condenser where it condense it out, and this liquid refrigerant flows to the evaporator, and thus the cycle has been completed. That so called is vapor absorption refrigeration system. Now we will discuss this complete cycle with the help of this diagram. As you know that from here I have started from the evaporator. We know that in the evaporator heat is absorbed by the refrigerant and thus producing the refrigerating effect surrounding the evaporator. Evaporator is the heat exchanger that absorbs the latent heat of vaporization from the surrounding and thus producing the refrigerating effect that we call the desired effect produced by the refrigeration system. Further, as we see that low pressure and ammonia vapor is passes from the evaporator to the observer. Observer is also a sort of a heat exchanger where the water and ammonia both gets mixed up. As we you know that water and ammonia, cold usually the cold water have the great affinity towards the ammonia, and this ammonia from the evaporator, that is the low pressure ammonia vapor, start mixing with the water, and slowly it converts the weak solution into the strong solution. A strong solution means the maximum ammonia that can be held in the solution of water. So that strong solution further pumped to the generator where its pressure increases up to the 10 bar, And in the generator, by using the external source of heating, or the we can use the electricity coil, electrical coils for heating the same, or we can use the solar energy as well, or we can use alternately the fossil fuel energy in order to heat this strong solution inside the generator. And this in the generator, after when we are supplying the heat source in the generator, the ammonia vapor further removes and moves towards the condenser. That is the now high pressure and high temperature ammonia vapor is moving towards the condenser. And ultimately, after as we see data in the generator, the high pressure ammonia vapor moves towards the condenser. The solution left here is now converted into the weak solution, and this weak solution then passes through the pressure reducing valve again to the absorber, and this cycle repeats again and again. And this all the component that involves in this small cycle is replaced the compressor that we used in vapor compression refrigeration cycle. Okay, so now from the condenser, the cooling water is circulating through the condenser that used to reject the latent heat of condenser to the surrounding by the refrigerant, and that thus the high pressure ammonia vapor will going to convert into the condenser that is in the liquid phase. Then the liquid ammonia passes to the receiver where it collects in the form of liquid, and further the this ammonia will as per the load in the evaporator passes through the evaporator through the expansion valve, where the pressure of the ammonia liquid drops to the set pressure for the evaporation inside the evaporator, and thus it is supporting to absorbs the heat by having the low pressure. The temperature will also going to be drop, and thus the low pressure and low temperature ammonia liquid will be going to be vaporized inside the evaporator, and thus producing the refrigerating effect. This is the cycle, dear students, that I have mentioned, and so called the simple ammonia water vapor absorption refrigeration system. Again, the another sort of vapor absorption refrigeration system is there, that is known by the name three fluid refrigeration system, and usually we called this system as the domestic Electrolux type refrigerator. Here we use the three fluid. One is the ammonia, that is the primary refrigerant. Then second is the water, that is the secondary refrigerant, and third is the hydrogen, that is only means to increase the evaporation rate inside the evaporator. So this is the diagram. Later discuss this diagram also. As you know that here we use additional thing has been discussed in the previous diagram. One is the heat exchanger and another is the rectifier, and another difference is that here we use one additional fluid that is called the hydrogen, so called the three fluid refrigeration system, because we are using the three fluid here for the refrigerating to produce the refrigerating effects. This is the observer from where observer from the evaporator we are getting the ammonia and hydrogen that is passing through the observer and get mixing with the water. But as you know that boys, ki ammonia have the affinity towards the water, but hydrogen gas is immiscible. Hydrogen is immiscible in the water. Thus, it is only means to on the basis of Dalton's law of partial pressure, it only used to increase the evaporation rate inside the evaporator. So here, being the hydrogen is immiscible in observer, it being the latest gas, hydrogen moves upward and and go to the evaporator again. And this is the only small loop where the hydrogen is moving from the evaporator to ammonia, and ammonia, sorry, evaporator to observer, and observer to the evaporator. And further, as you know that there is one heat exchanger we also used here, where the strong solution is passing towards the generator, and by absorbing the heat of the weak solution, it becomes hotter, and the by weak solution is rejecting the heat, and the strong solution is accepting, absorbing the heat. And there is the exchange, so that we have to consume the less fuel, as with the strong solution is gaining heat from the weak solution, and weak solution is rejecting the heat to the strong solution. Thus we have to use the less circulating water over the absorber to cool it down. As we noted, the cold water have the strong affinity towards the ammonia vapor. So this is the purpose of the heat exchanger. And another thing we have used here is the rectifier. Rectifier is means to drip out the condensate water, if there any, to the again to the generator, and that thus only the liquid that is the only the vapor ammonia will pass to the condenser, not the moisture will passes through the condenser, because moisture is harmful as it passes through the evaporator, and before evaporator it passes through the expansion valve that will might be choke it. Therefore water or moisture is not desirable. Therefore we have the rectifier that can be trap the moisture in the form of first of all, that is the sort of the uh, subcondenser. A rectifier is acting is like a subcondenser, which condense the water vapor, and that condensation can be drip out in the generator. So this is the rectifier that prevents the moisture to move ahead, and only the vapor, ammonia vapor passes through the condenser, where it is condensate, and then the liquid ammonia passes to the evaporator. In this way, we can see that this complete cycle is keeps going on. Uh, and there is we get at the evaporator, we get some sort of refrigerating effect. So this is the domestic electrolux type refrigerator, and see students, here we do not have use any sort of pump. Here the motion of the refrigerator is due to the by natural gravitational effect, and it flows spontaneously in the natural way. So this was all about three fluid refrigeration system, and this is another diagram where we can see that inside the um, evaporator. Evaporator, we have the evaporator pressure PE, and that is the combination of the partial pressure of hydrogen gas and partial pressure of ammonia, as per the Dalton's law of partial pressure. And strong solution means that contains as much ammonia as possible, and weak solution means that contains considerably less ammonia. That is the meaning of strong solution and weak solution. And PC is the condenser pressure, that is equal to the ammonia pressure. And rest of the cycle has been explained in the previous diagram. All the things are same here. So these are the advantages. It have the silent operation. Advantages of three fluid Electrolux, domestic Electrolux refrigeration system. It has the silent operation, cost effective, balanced pressure, no need of valve, no lubrication problem, and less maintenance. So these are the advantages, boys. And I thank you for your patience listening.